But our next caller we're going to squeeze in is Peter. Peter, you're through to Darren Eady.
Hello, Darren.
Hi,
think
Peter.
The last caller took what I was going to say in part of it. My personal opinion is that the midfield and the best player at the club to holding the ball and seeing a pass to the players we got is David Fox. I would play David Fox just in front of the back four. I would play the boy Fair with him. And the wingers, like you say, is dead correct. I was a right winger. He would thread the ball over to the wingers, and then you've got the speed of them wingers on their correct foot, putting the ball back, and I think this boy Fair can go through that middle from midfield if there are boys at the front, either Wolfswinkel or Hooper cannot get it. I think he's a threat in the air as well. I mean, I cannot understand how the boy Fox is not getting a game when he was the club captain of the reserves at Manchester United as an understudy of Paul Scholes, and I think he's a fantastic player, and he signed a new 2-year contract last year, and he's not getting a look in. Now,
let's ask Darren. Let's bring Darren in on that, because he played in a team with the great Ian Crook, didn't you, Darren? Sorry, go on. No, we're still listening, but I was just going to say, you played, and Ian Crook was from the same mould as David Fox, a player, perhaps David Fox a little bit better in the tackle, but definitely the similar sort of players. Do you think Norwich need a player like Ian Crook, and that would be Foxy?
Well, definitely, but I think in terms of when you play someone in those central areas, I think we've got some boys who can do that. I think Howson can do that. I think Wes Houlihan can do that from a more advanced area. But I have to agree with what he says. You know, when you're putting those balls through, and it happened 3 or 4 times in that second half, where Russell Martin overlapped Snodgrass in the second half. I didn't see it in the first half. It happened 3 or 4 times in the second half. And Russell Martin got through, and he's on his right foot, and he's crossing the ball, it can cause trouble. Because he's a right-footed player, it's easier for him to do, but you can't keep putting the pressure on him, or on Snodgrass, to produce the goods with his right foot, or come back in, because it's always going to swing in towards the goalkeeper, and it's, you know, I see Redmond as like an Aaron Lennon. I see him as a right-footed player on the right, running at people with his pace and whipping balls in for Wolfswinkel and Hooper to run onto and smashing the back of the net.
So there you go, Peter. What do you think? Definitely, you want to see David Fox back in that team next week at Stoke, maybe at Watford on Tuesday.
David Fox needs to come into the team and sit there and be given a chance, because I think he's a perfect player for the new players we've got. And I think he's a class player, and I just cannot understand it at all why he's not getting a look in. I mean, I don't see him in training every day, I must say that, but he is a class act, there's no doubt about it.
Peter, I actually think Leroy Fer can do that. I mean, there was some balls today he played through into Garrido, particularly out on the left-hand side, where he passed that ball between the full-back and the centre-half. So he's capable of doing it. You know, there are players capable of doing it, but it's the same old thing. You can put it in those areas, but if you haven't got the people on the other end of it to whip it in first time, because that's what you need. If you're threading those balls through, you need someone who's going to whip it in first time with their correct foot, rather than cutting back and then cutting it back that way.
Yep. There you go. Thanks for your call, Peter. So there you go, Peter adamant and definitely made that point that David Fox should play. Now, there's every chance he'll play on Tuesday night.